Well, welcome to the SPSCC spring concert. Feels like summer, but it's definitely spring, and you are now witnessing a class. This is more of a class than a concert, but I think will convince you that it's going to be a great performance for you tonight. And part of their grade depends on what they do tonight, so clap really loud. Might convince me to give them a straight A, so I'll probably do that anyway. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and start right off with one of the standard big band charts from the Count Basie Library, Haber. Yes, there's nothing like starting with Count Basie, really. But this is a community jazz band, and it's open to anyone. You can be fresh out of high school. In fact, you could probably be in high school and do the Head Start program and participate in this band. Or you could be starting your third or fourth career late in life and join this band as well. It's pretty much open. And because it's a community band, sometimes we end up with some odd instrumentation in terms of unique numbers. And you might notice that we actually have a piano choir back. I think we have 6 keyboardists, and that's the first time I've ever played with 6 keyboardists on stage, so it's quite a wonderful sound. So one of the things that we like to try to do in our class is delve into different styles of jazz. There's so many different styles, and especially now after about 100 years of this American art form. It's kind of splintered into many things. We get into swing, later you'll hear some Latin, and then some funk and rock and some straight ahead swing like you just heard right now. Now we're going to jump over into some more fusion type sound, something that came from the 70s from a group called Weather Report. And I'm sure some of you have heard this as a standard jazz fusion song called Birdland. This class meets once a week for just about 3 hours, and we divide that class with learning these charts and also introducing music theory and jazz improvisation. And really, this is still early in the quarter, so the work that they've done already is quite amazing. I'm just so impressed with, they just barely got that chart, and it sounds good. So, yeah. Now we're going to slow it down a little bit and get into a little bit of Latin jazz, particularly Carlson Jobim, and we're going to feature our vocalist. We do a lot of experimentation with playing lead charts that just have the melody and chord progressions, and it also gives an opportunity for our students to stretch out to do improvisational jazz solos, because that's part of what they're learning in the class. And this creates a great forum to start to begin to exercise that ability. So I'd like to bring Anjali out, who's going to sing, I think, is it Chinese or Portuguese? Oh, I think it's Portuguese tonight. So this is Once I Loved.
Amor em Paz.
for that is Anjali on vocals here. Portuguese, definitely. We had Michael on trombone, and Margi and Alex on pianos on that solo, and Philip back there, trumpet, Rich on trombone, and then Brandon on sax. Very, very brave to do these, to try to improvise on this music here. So, just want to explain, really, today is pretty much the middle of our day. We actually had more work to do earlier, and we're very excited that our guest artist is the Pacific Lutheran University Jazz Band that spent the afternoon with us. And they arrived here about 3 o'clock, and we actually played for one another. And we heard how they went through rehearsal, and our band watched as they went through their music, and then we switched roles, and we played for them, and they gave us great pointers today. Lots of good advice and ideas on how we can approach reading our music, and just an outstanding experience for us, I hope for them as well, but we certainly learned a lot about music and how to read music and interpret jazz. So we're just excited to continue this performance tonight, and what you're going to hear later on is just going to be phenomenal. Now, part of the curriculum of what we do is we start to look at the basics of what does it mean, music theory, what does it mean to build a triad, what are the diatonic modes, the seventh chords, and how to apply these chords in terms of the jazz solo, reading chord progressions. You know, some of them are doing it for the first time, and it's really such an honor to be able to have this opportunity here on the campus to begin to start to scratch the surface on what it means to have a pretty good improvisational jazz solo. And not only that, but to create background figures, to make things up on the spot. So we do a lot of experimenting during our rehearsals. And you're going to hear in this next song that they're going to take the liberty in making their own backgrounds while they play this next tune. But before I do that, I also have to give credit. There's 2 teachers that participate in this class. And in fact, the lead teacher of this jazz band is James Schneider, and I'd like to bring him out right now. He's going to present the last piece.
Richie says lead, but we do this together. This is our second year with the jazz band here. And you know, Richie was right on the nose when he talked about it being a community band. We have South Puget Sound students up here. We have Evergreen State College students up here. And we also have continuing education students. So we have a whole range of ways that you can be involved in the jazz ensemble here. Maybe some of you might like to be. You could certainly come talk to us afterwards, and we would let you know how you could be. All right, this next number we're going to have Anjali sing one more with us. This is a standard, There Will Never Be Another You. appreciate you coming out. It's such a beautiful day outside. You've chosen it to spend it in here with us. Thank you so much for doing that. We are actually going to play outside at the beginning of June, so you can mark your calendars for June the 7th. And this whole ensemble will be down at the Olympia Farmers Market. So we're down there from 11 until 2. We're going to have big band, small ensembles. We're going to have a bunch of different music. Just try a lot of new things out that day. There's 3 hours of music that we have to fill. I don't know. That's what we got to do. We are going to play one more number tonight, and then there'll be about a 15 intermission while we get ready for the Pacific Lutheran University Jazz Band. I really appreciate you all coming down and working with us today. That was really great. Thank you so much for doing that. And it's going to be a really nice set after this one, so stick around.
Okay, please don't go away. Stick around about 15 minutes. We're going to have the hottest band in the Northwest here. They're coming on stage real quick, so stay tuned.